Hello, everybody. How's it going? Hopefully, you're doing good today. I myself, I'm feeling confident. Why? Well, for the past couple of episodes, it's been a real derp fest. Everything just not working out. Everything I try, just nope, no worky. But today I feel confident. We're gonna get some stuff done. And it's gonna be awesome, and it's gonna work. So, before we get started, let's first go through a couple of changes that occurred in between episodes. Now, as I've previously stated, I like to be able to do stuff in between episodes. I don't necessarily want to have to record everything. So there's been a couple of changes. For starters, the Botany area has gotten a bit larger. We've got the whole portal to Alfheim thing. This stuff takes so long. I don't bother recording that kind of stuff. I did find a villager. He is an apiarist. I've started getting into bees. I traveled all the way to a jungle, which is 7,000 blocks away, just to get jungle bees. Now, the next greatest thing is this guy, the Rod of the Skies. It's from Botania. It's really easy to craft. You need a rune of air, a living wood twig, and a feather. Now, what this thing will do is it will consume mana to do this. VTOL. For those of you who don't know what VTOL is vertical takeoff and landing. Or landing. But basically, combine that with the Elytra. Who needs a boost bow? Oh. Bad time for it to rubber band. That's okay. Whee! And we can just go fly. So, up here, I've converted ourselves to solar power, and I've got this industrial apiary with some jungle bees. And apparently it's not getting power? It's touching the solar panels. It should be getting power. I don't know. I've also got this furnace generator. We'll give it some coal at some point. That's not the focus of today's episode. Today, we're going to be working on upgrading this conglomeration of stuff. So this is what we have for tech. It's not much. It's largely Ender IO. And, I love Ender IO. It's awesome. But the max you can do with Ender IO is Sagmill to Furnace for duplication. Now, sometimes with the bonus, you can get more. I've seen sometimes with Iron Ore that I'll go triple or even quadruple. And that's awesome. But it's not guaranteed. And over time, the odds might balance out a little bit better. To Mekanism. Now, Mekanism is a rather complicated mod. I shouldn't say complicated. It's got a lot of, steps that you can upgrade. Because, you can turn them into factories, and it increases what they can do at a time from 1 to 3 to 5 to 7. Alrighty. Well, the server decided to take a little bit of a hiccup there, but that's okay. So as I was saying, Mekanism starts off at one slot, sort of like this, one input, and just runs through. And then it can upgrade to, a factory, and then an advanced factory, and then an elite factory, which goes 357, I believe. So, it can process things lickety-split. You get max speed upgrades in an elite factory, you're processing 7 things at the same time really, really fast. It's really cool. It's a very powerful mod whose primary focus seems to be ore processing, because it can get up to quintuple your ore. But that takes a lot of setup and energy and patience. Now, hopefully, in the 1.10 version, they'll be a little bit less annoying. Because I know in the 1.7 version, things like the chemical injection chamber and what was it? Yeah, chemical washer and stuff like that. Like, they had so many issues. They were just so slow. And if you remember back in my Mod Sauce 2 videos, I had a quintuple ore setup. And I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't the greatest. Anyway, what I want to do for today is get this, the purification chamber. Now, this will triple ore, guaranteed. So, the way that they display recipes is really annoying. Is that it? There it is. Purification chamber. Okay. Which means we need to start with an enrichment chamber. Oi. And which means we're going to need 2 enrichment chambers, because after the purifying, you need to enrich it and then smelt it. I think. See, that's the problem. No, you need to crush it and then enrich it. Oh, jeepers. So we will need... I'm going to write this down. We need purification, crushing, then enriching, then smelting. Alright. So let's start off with the enrichment chamber. Nice and simple. Steel casing. Oh, Mekanism, seriously? Steel casing. Osmium, steel, and glass. Easy. We've got some steel right here. Actually, let's make some more steel. How do I go about that? Seriously. There we go. Steel dust from Mekanism. Ah, yes. That's what it is. Charcoal. Ooh, almost out of charcoal. Let's use coal then. And actually, before we do that, let's see if I have the resources to build 1 enrichment chamber first. Because what you can do in an enrichment chamber, you can do a lot with coal, apparently. There you go. You can enrich it into compressed. And when used in the metallurgic infuser, this would give you like 1 item, whereas this will give you 10 items. So for nothing, just compressing it, you get like 10 times more out of it. So I've got 2 of those, which is perfection. We will need some glass. We will need some osmium. Let's do the machine casing. There we go. Now the enrichment, just do that. 2 pieces of iron and 4 pieces of redstone. Easy peasy. There we go. Enrichment. Let's hook that up. It's got power. Let's just temporarily turn that off. And we should be able to slowly. Let's see. I do have... Oh, that's an energy upgrade. You know what? From this pump, I should have a whole bunch of upgrades. Yeah, see? I tried to use this pump to drain water. It didn't work. But it means we have a whole bunch of speed and energy upgrades already. So there we go. We've got ourselves some compressed carbon. Let's drop in those. So in here, if we take a single piece of coal and stick it in there, we got 10 carbon out of it. Now, that's enough. I believe that's enough for just one operation. Yeah, see? So 1 coal to 1 enriched iron. We then need to do that again to turn it into steel. Now, I could easily just give it 1 more coal and send it on through. And while we're waiting, let's do that. And tra-la-la, we'll get ourselves some steel. And we'll have no carbon again. Now, that took 2 coal. Now, if I stick the compressed, 80 carbon. That means I can do 4 iron ingots all the way to steel dust on 1 piece of coal, as opposed to needing 2 coal for 1. That's pretty snazzy. So we want to compress all of this. Now this is going to suck energy out of the batteries, but that's okay. This is just like a backup battery. I was testing the whole like producing RF with Botania, so yeah. So that'll make us a lot of steel. That only has a couple of speed upgrades. That's another thing we're gonna have to make is speed upgrades and energy upgrades. But anyway, while that steel is producing, we've got our first enrichment chamber. Just already there. But now we need to make another one. Alright, let's go glass, steel, and a single piece of osmium. And then we need that and that. Nope, that's supposed to be iron. And then we need to do that. And then we need those little circuit board things. Now, how do I make those again? Osmium and redstone. Alright. Well, that's done making some steel, so that should be empty. Let's grab a single piece of redstone. And 10 osmium. That's all nice and compressed. Let's compress down the redstone, because again, it will... Oh, it only gives us 8. I seem to recall that at some point it gave 10, but that's okay. We'll take 8. So this should give us more circuit boards. Indeedly it does. And we only needed the 2 for the next enrichment chamber. There we go. Now, the enrichment chamber will get turned into the purification chamber. There's an infusing factory? Ooh. Advanced smelting, elite smelting, purificate. There we go. Yes, that's what I needed. The purification chamber. So that requires 2 osmium, advanced control, and enriched alloy. What are those? Ah, so we'll need a whole bunch of enriched alloys. All right. And I'm pretty sure the enriched alloys are redstone and iron. Alrighty, guess what we get to do? We get to enrich a whole bunch of iron. Or redstone. And then we do that. That should give us 16, so let's just send that through. And that is crafted with enriched alloy and the basic circuits. And we need a whole bunch of them, and I already forgot the recipe. And that's so much fun because it's impossible to find them. Because Mekanism doesn't like you, and yeah. Okay. 4 of those, 2 of those. Okay, well there's the 4 of those. Do that. 2 osmium. Now we need 4 more to upgrade those 2. No, not the chisel. There we go. And we'll just throw them on the ground. It's all good. Magnet will grab them in a second. Go. Do that. That to that. And we get ourselves a purification chamber. Now this guy will take ore and, given oxygen, will convert it down to shards or whatever. Now getting oxygen, we will need the electrolytic separator, which again, you can't just get by clicking on it. You've got to sort through their menus. There we go, the electrolytic separator. 2 of those, and that. Oh! Whoa, alright. Osmium dust, gold dust, iron dust, and a whole bunch of those things. Electrolytic separator! Now, the electrolytic separator will create hydrogen and oxygen when fed water. Pretty straightforward. Lo and behold, I've got myself a reservoir under there for use with Ender.io's The That. So we will just stick the electrolytic separator there. It should get power. How do I insert the water? They've gone and changed Mekanism. You used to be able to set sides that you could do stuff in. So what is it now? Water in the front, gases out the side? How do I do this? So not cool. Alright, well, we got a bucket of water. We can load it with a bucket. Okay. That's not how we're gonna do it, but we can load it with a bucket. Okay, so 1,000 hydrogen and 290 oxygen from a single bucket. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot more than that. Now, I don't actually have a use for hydrogen, so we're gonna set it to dumping excess. Now, I could stick it to dumping, in which case it would drain the hydrogen, but dumping excess allows me to keep a storage of hydrogen in here while not backing up the system, preventing oxygen production. So we're also gonna need then is a gas tank? Basic gas tank. Oh, that's nice and cheap. 4 redstone, 4 osmium. And yet I grabbed 5. That's okay. But a basic gas tank, does that mean that there's greater gas, advanced gas tank? Ooh! Mekanism, you've been upgrading. Well, hey, that's rather cheap. Let's upgrade. I've already got the pieces right here. If I could place them in the right spots. Ah, inventory clicking. Failures! Failures! We are not allowed to fail this episode. It must all be a success. There we go. Advanced gas tank. 128,000 capacity as opposed to 64,000. I can go up to elite and ultimate. The ultimate power. And then creative. Blah, blah, blah. Alright. Now, if we temporarily take that out, can we do that? Aha! And it has taken the oxygen. There we go. So, I mean, if we keep feeding it water... it will keep producing oxygen. Perfect. Now, I just need to figure out do I really need to pump water into the front there? Because that's just going to be ridiculous. And still with the lighting updates mechanism, that's one of my biggest beefs with Mekanism is they all, see, like it just turned off. They produce light while they're operating. Now, from a machine standpoint, that's just fine. From a lag standpoint, grrr. But whatever. Whatever. So, let's... Sorry, flowers. You're getting replaced. I'll plant you somewhere better. I want to silk touch all of that. There we go. Stick that in there. Grab us some clay. And just to be picky, whoops. Alright. So, the first machine in the stage is purification, right? Then it goes... What do we do after purification? Crushing. Then we got the crusher. Then we've got the enricher. Do I have the enricher in my inventory? No, the enricher's right there. Then we go enricher. Then we go smelting. Let's see, yeah, this side config thing. They used to have it on the electrolytic separator as well, didn't they? I thought you could make it different. Fun times. Maybe if I piped the water in, I don't know. Whatever. For right now, let's pick that up and stick that in there. We'll get some oxygen. It's not much, but it's a little bit. Now we need the crushinator. There we go, crusher. I don't know why I keep doing that. It doesn't work. Crusher. Okay, we need another machine frame. Lava buckets, that stuff. Okay, machine frame is that. Someone's playing with Cyclic's throwable lightning. That's okay. I was doing it last episode. I think we can allow them to do it this episode. So it was that couple of buckets of lava. And then was it redstone? Yes. A nice and simple recipe. Although buckets of lava is a little bit weird. There we go, we have the crushinator. And then all you need at the end is a furnace. Now, I can build the Mekanism smelter, if I could find just the regular one. Osmium compressor, combiner, crusher, basic smelting factory. Do you just start? No, see, there it is. Energized smelter. That doesn't help. Oh. Seriously, Mekanism. Seriously. Purification. Energized smelter. There it is. Glass. Another one of those. Okay. That's, again, another easy recipe. Oh, I don't have glass on me. Ha ha ha, I need glass. And I don't have osmium. I really should just have a whole stack of that with me. Okay, that. We're making a lot of these today. That. And it was glass? Yes. Energized smelter. There we go. Ta-da! Now, I don't actually have any ore, because I smelt it all. Let's go get some. Okay. Oh, look, right there. Hey. There we go. A couple of pieces of lead. Let's see how much oxygen it takes to do one. So we've got 580 and 210. $403. 580 to 403. That is a weird number. That is a weird number. Alright, but we get the lead clumps. Oh, these guys don't have power. Good job, me. I didn't charge them. Anyway, so now we stick it in the crusher. Well, that makes an interesting noise. It's also nice and slow, so we'll have to worry about speed upgrades, that's for sure. Oh, it's got a little animation. He's crushing stuff. Nom nom nom. Nom 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 nom. It is the hungry, hungry machine. So that gives us our dirty lead. Then we should be able to enrich it nice and quickly. And there we go. And because that furnace has no power, let's just go and stick it in there. And we have successfully tripled our ore. Cue fanfare. Woo! Yay! Alrighty. Well, that is that. That is ore tripling from Mekanism in a nutshell. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Hopefully, you know, it wasn't a bucket fail like last time. I know we didn't really do too much. We just kind of played it safe and got ourselves some Mekanism ore tripling. And even then, it's not fully functional. So, on that note, I will bid you adieu. Have yourselves a great day. And if you feel so inclined, feel free to leave me a like. Give me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you liked the episode. I'll just be here doing my half pipe. Whee! Oh boy. Yeah, this is too much fun. I spend way too much time just doing this. Back and forth. Oh, we're going the wrong way. Oh no! Whew. In between the light posts. Didn't see that one coming, did you? Alrighty, folks. Have yourselves a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.